Fire is cracking softly, shadows dance along the ground. The stars are listening quietly, no one else around. I trace the lines of memories like roads I used to know. Every turn and every promise, where did all the seasons go?
I hear whispers in the embers, like they're calling out my name. Time rolls on like a river, but some things feel the same.
Echoes of yesterday, floating through the night. Stories that we used to tell beneath the fading light. Hearts were young and fearless, nothing stood in our way. But now I sit beside this fire with echoes of yesterday. Your laughter still surrounds me, carried by the wind. I close my eyes a moment, and I'm right back there again. Barefoot on the hillside, chasing dreams we couldn't hold, thinking love was always simple, never growing old.
And the flames keep gently rising, like the memories in my head. Some chapters never end, they're just quietly read.
Echoes of yesterday, drifting through the dark. Every spark of burning wood feels like a second start. If time could turn around, I'd know just what to say. But all that's left tonight are echoes of yesterday. Maybe tomorrow's sunrise will lighten what I feel. Maybe the road ahead will finally help me heal. But here beneath the starlight, where quiet meets the flame,
I learned to let the past be kind and call it by its name.
Echoes of yesterday, singing soft and low, carried on the midnight air wherever I may go. I'll keep the warmest moments tucked safely far away, and walk into the morning with echoes
Of yesterday.
Fire turns to embers, the night begins to fade. But somewhere in the silence, our memories softly stay. Somewhere there's a city full of restless neon light. Somewhere there's a farmer saying prayers at night. Somewhere there's a mother rocking worries in a chair. And somewhere there's a stranger who thinks no one cares. across the oceans wider than the words we tend to say. People chase tomorrow in 1,000 different ways. We fight, we fall, we stumble, trying hard to understand how one small heart can hold the weight of all we plan. But when the day grows tired and the noise begins to fade, the world becomes a little less afraid. We're under the same sky, every prayer, every tear, every question why the stars don't draw a border. The moon won't take a side. It shines on every lonely soul that's learning how to try. No matter where we wander or how the years go by, we're walking through this life under the same sky. A soldier writes a letter he may never get to send. A child builds a castle that the waves will surely end. A preacher lights a candle, a singer writes a tune, and somewhere love is starting in the quiet of a room. We share the fragile stories that only hearts can tell. Different roads and rivers, but the same wishing well. We're under the same sky. Storms will come and drift away, and so will we in time. But every storm that breaks apart will leave a clearer light, and every broken heart will still keep reaching for what's right. So when you feel forgotten, lift your eyes up high. Remember, you and I are under the same sky. Maybe peace begins with a single honest hand, reaching past the fences built by fear and sand. Maybe hope is born when we finally realize there's more to us than all our different sides. Look up tonight, you'll see what I see too. We're under the same sky, not perfect, never certain, but we still get by. And every star that flickers is a whisper from above, saying we are bound together by a quiet kind of love. So even when the road is long and days go rushing by, we'll find our way under the same sky. The fire turns to embers, the night grows calm and wide. Somehow it feels enough to simply be alive. The gravel road still leads past the broken wooden gate, where mornings smell like biscuits and the screen door never stayed. Grandpa's chair is empty, but it creaks like he's still watching over everything with quiet country care. The fields once filled with laughter now are whispering with corn. The barn that held our secrets stands tired and weather-worn. We used to chase the lightning bugs until the night grew bold. Believing every summer, man, we never grow old. But time can be a stranger you don't see passing by, until you catch your reflection in a window and wonder why they're only shadows of the old days flickering on the wall. Memories like lanterns that rise and softly fall. They can be touched or carried, they don't belong to now, but they live inside the heart somehow. Yeah, they're shadows, shadows of the old days. I walk on the fence line where we carved our clumsy names. Half the letters faded, but the meaning stays the same. The creek still sings a melody beneath the leaning trees. And somewhere in the distance I can hear us in the breeze. The past becomes a story we tell ourselves at night, a comfort and a warning wrapped inside the light. Just shadows of the old days dancing in the dusk, tasting like the sweetness of forgotten trust. They haunt us when we're weary, they hold us when we're brave, guiding like the paths we never paved. Maybe every echo has a truth we left behind, a gentle little lesson carved into the mind. And even when we wander farther than we planned, those shadows keep reminding us exactly who we are. I close my eyes and I'm a child again. Shadows of the old days fading with the dawn, still they draw a map for me of where I first belonged. I carry them in silence like a promise I can't say. Let the shadows of the old days light my way. The gate swings slowly backward, the morning feels brand new. Yet all the quiet yesterday keeps shining through. The trail is faint and winding through the fields of broken gold. Footprints fade like secrets that the season never told. The wind carries stories from a time we can't recall, names without the faces, shadows on the wall. with empty pews. Someone carved a promise that the years refuse to use. The bells don't ring on Sunday, but the silence has a tone, like every dream that wandered off and never found a home. We chase the sound of yesterday through valleys wide and wide, but echoes only answer what we left behind. Echoes in the dust, they whisper when we're walking, they follow when we run, they rise with every sunrise and fade with every sun. You try to hold them steady, but they crumble if you must. They're only echoes, echoes in the dust. A locket on the mantle holds a smile that's out of time, a letter tucked in pages with a half-forgotten rhyme. Someone loved somebody and they swore they'd never part. Now only faded ink remembers what was in their heart. The past is like a canyon carved by years of rain, beautiful and distant, full of joy and pain. Echoes in the dust, calling like a lullaby. We somehow learn to trust. They lead us down the highways of memory and rust. They shimmer for a moment, then vanish if we touch, because they're echoes, echoes in the dust. Maybe we are echoes too, drifting through the years, made of fleeting laughter and a handful of tears. Maybe all we're given is the chance to love and try to leave a softer echo when we say goodbye. The night grows still, the fire sinks low. Echoes in the dust, carried by the gentle wind, faithful but unjust. They tell us who we've been, not always who we trust. Yet we keep on listening, because somehow we must. For all our lives are written echoes in the dust. Morning paints the horizon, turning silence into gold. Still the echoes linger in stories yet untold. There's dust upon the dashboard and memories in the air. The sky's painted golden like the days we used to share. We drove with open windows, the future wide and new, laughing at the little things on roads we once knew. The signs kept passing by like chapters left behind. We swore that we remember every mile and every line on the roads we once knew. Everything felt right. Summer wind was singing tonight. We were young and restless, chasing every view, leaving footprints on the highway, roads we once knew. I still recall the moments when silence felt like peace, the way the world slowed down and let our worries cease. We talked about forever like it was something we could hold, but time keeps moving forward and the stories turn to gold. And even when the seasons change their shades and hues, I still hear our laughter echo softly through the blue. On the roads we once knew, lanterns in the dark, dreams were burning quietly like an ember's gentle spark. If I could turn around and take that drive with you, I'd ride the fading daylight, the roads we once knew. Maybe life is just a journey that never truly ends. We lose a few directions, we find a few new friends, but somewhere in the distance, where old horizons glow, there's a piece of who we were on every path we chose, on the road we once knew, where yesterday still shines, written in the corners of our hearts like painted lines. I'll carry all those moments, honest, pure and true, wherever I keep walking, roads we once knew. The fire slowly quiets, the night is almost through, but my heart keeps traveling down roads we once knew. Built our days on borrowed time, and counting moments like a rhyme. Sometimes strong, sometimes weak, learning what we're scared to speak. There were storms we didn't see, waves that knocked us to our knees, but even when the night fell deep, we guarded all the light we keep. The world can turn without a sound, leave you searching, spinning round, but every fire starts small and somehow warms us all. In the shadows we still find the light we keep, burning softly where our secrets sleep. When we fall, we ache, we lose our way, we somehow rise to see the day. Maybe we're fragile, maybe we're incomplete, but there's courage in the light we keep. Old regrets we never named, different friends, different faces, same old shame. We're sitting here, the truth feels kind, just human hearts that try to find a reason for the roads we choose. The people met, the chances bruised, and in the the flicker of the flame, we learn to love ourselves again. Every scar is something true, every fear you walk straight through. There are chapters you survive, proof that you're alive. In the shadows, we still find the light we keep, burning softly where our secrets sleep. We fall, we ache, we lose our way, yet somehow rise to see the day. Maybe we're fragile, maybe we're incomplete, but there's beauty in the light we keep. When the world feels cold and wrong, remember you've been brave this long. Even if your voice is small, it's still a voice, it still can call. And every step, though undefined, is leading somewhere you'll find kind. In the shadows, we still find the light we keep, gentle promises we learn to keep. We're not perfect, we're just trying, failing, healing, laughing, crying. And through the darkness, quiet and deep, we'll walk together by the light we keep. The fire fades, the dawn is near, and hope feels closer than our fear. Raindrops trace a story down the window in the night, tiny silver highways in the glow of porchlight white. I'm sitting by the silence where your laughter used to be, and every drop that falls rewinds a piece of me. The chairs are still in places where we left them long ago. Your sweater on the rail holds a winter kind of glow. And nothing here has changed, but everything has gone. The pictures stay in frame, the people just move on. And I don't know why the heart remembers more than it was meant to hold, but when the world grows quiet, your story still unfolds. Like memories on the window, sliding down in crooked lines, they blur the past and present and tangle up our time. I press my hand against the glass as if you might trace mine too, but memories on the window only fall and fade and pass right through. We talked about forever like it lived around the bend. Thought tomorrow was a promise, not a fragile friend. Coffee cups and midnight walks, secrets in the rain. Funny how the softest things leave the deepest stain. The fire in the corner whispers names we never said, and every echo lingers in the spaces in my head. Like memories on the window, drifting down with quiet grace. They paint the world in colors only hearts can trace. I try to hold the moment still, but water doesn't stay. These memories on the chance to grow. Seasons change their shadows, and even love gets rearranged. We keep the parts that shaped us and bless the parts that change. I watch the city breathing, hear a distant midnight train. Somewhere out beyond the darkness, you're standing in the rain. So here's to every moment we were brave enough to feel, the dreams that never happened but somehow still are real. The night grows clear, the storm moves on, the sky becomes brand new. Yeah, memories on the window still shine because of you. The glass dries clean by morning, but the heart keeps every trace. Some stories live forever, where light and shadow